Oh! Yes. Sorry, the sun is blessing this video. Look at this. Look at that lens flare. Coming to the rescue. Best YouTuber in the world here. I know how to film videos. Good quality. I've been a dad now for a year and a half, and I thought I want to share my infinite wisdom. The thing is, when you become a parent, you're sort of forced to become an expert. No matter if you're qualified or not. You have no choice. Learn everything there is to know. And people always ask me questions about Björn, what it's like to be a dad, and I thought, okay, here we go. I make a video. So I asked you guys on YouTube, and the most pressing question, the number one thing people wanted to answer, when will Björn host meme review? As soon as he can speak. As soon as he knows what a meme is. I guarantee it. When is Björn gonna conquer Norway? This is good. This is good questions. This is actually why I wanted to make this video. First, we will have to infiltrate Stockholm City, cast out the Bernadottes, rule Björn as King of Sweden, manipulate people subtly through jokes that will then become real, like I'm doing now. Or am I? Honest answer, just walk. Just walk into Norway. What are they gonna do? They'll be like, hey, you can come here. And be like, shut the fuck up. And they'll be like, oh, sorry, bro. Sorry about that. Oil now. Oh, sorry, here you go. What am I gonna do? Fight back? I'm Norway. As always, I'm super proud to sponsor items I actually use. In Saily, I'm a huge fan. Saily is an eSIM service. It's basically like a SIM card, but electronically. Why is this not a thing already? I mean, it is now. A few weeks ago, I went to travel in Switzerland. For me, from Japan, it's a long trip. The last thing I want to do after going through customs, getting my luggage, everyone's tired. I don't want to stand in line to sign up to get a Wi-Fi dongle, write down my info. Hey, you have to return it to this place at this time, otherwise we're gonna kill you. I hate it. A lot of times I don't even go for the Wi-Fi because I'm like, I don't want to stand in line. I'll just connect to Wi-Fi. And then I spend half the trip just like desperately looking for Wi-Fi in different places. It's terrible. It sucks. It sucks. Now there's Saily. It works amazing. You can even sign up before the trip so you're prepared and covered as you land. With 160 countries to choose from, same account for everyone. I signed up before my Switzerland trip. As soon as I landed, I turned it on. Boom, I was connected. Even while going through customs. I know you're not supposed to use your phone there, but it's that easy. You can choose how much data you need. I use 2 gigabytes out of 10, so yeah, download Saily. You won't regret it. Trust me, this is an amazing service. If it doesn't work on your phone, 100% refund, 24/7 support, works on Android and iOS, and with my discount code PewDiePie, you get 15% off. So make sure you use that as well for the best pricing. You can use the QR code as well. So download Saily now. Thank you, Saily, for sponsoring this video, and thank you for making my life easier, honestly. This is the most asked question. I never get this question to stop. I feel like I've answered it a million times. Even my mom asked me, and I'm like, Mom, I've told you this. This is it. Felix, do you think it will be challenging for Björn to learn foreign languages? My child struggled with speech. How are you planning to navigate raising Björn in a multilingual environment? Again, as a parent, you're forced to learn everything. I don't know what the best method is, but I think Björn is not the only child in the world with parents that speak different languages. Usually what people do, and that is proven to work, is that I'll speak Swedish to Björn, Martse will speak Italian to Björn, maybe we'll speak English together at some points. Then he can learn Japanese, hopefully in school. I don't know. But I think right now, people are asking, like, he's still very young. Right now, we're just trying to make him learn a couple of words here and there, you know? What's your idea on iPad kids and tech kids? How will you control Björn's tech usage once he grows up? It's kind of freaky how kids are so attracted to screens. It's like, they're hypnotized, they're mesmerized. I mean, here I am looking at screens 95% of the time in my day, but it's just not, it feels weird when you're looking at a child doing it. You're like, no, stop that. Stop looking at it. I don't really have strong opinions about screen times, but we try to avoid as much as possible. But I mean, if Björn is really fuzzy, we're at a restaurant and maybe we just want to eat our food for 5 minutes because it's too difficult. Yeah, I think that's okay. But I think to use it as a subsidy of just like, instead of looking after him or engaging with him, I think that's, I don't know. Some people, you got to do what you got to do as a parent though. So I don't want to judge other people or feel like I'm like, no, never. I hate the idea of kids having their own technology. Like that just seems crazy to me. They can play with toys. Kids should play with toys. It worked for me. I had a helicopter. It was sick. It went. That's how helicopters sounded like, according to myself, as a child, of course, and now as an adult. So here's another question. Do you let Björn watch Cocomelon? The answer is genuinely no. I think it's really shitty animation. If you have to let your kids watch something, there are so many more productive and better things out there. I know the whole Cocomelon feud or whatever is like a one-sided meme. It was a joke mainly, but I genuinely think it's really bad kids content and they should not be watching it. Sorry, Cocomelon, for being so real. Will you teach Björn how to play Minecraft? Now, this is the real stuff. Of course. Of course. Yes. Of course. One thing I realized as a parent is that it's very easy to have opinions about kids if you haven't experienced any trouble with them, or had one for that matter. It's very easy to be principled and be like, no, a child should never play video games for more than 15 seconds. It's a very elaborate answer to this question, I realized. I think what I was getting at is that I'm cool with, I can't wait to play games with Björn. I do think what I would do as a parent is teaching balance. I think that's very important, to enjoy many different things, not just spend your entire day playing video games. I think that's bad as a child, and I think that's bad as an adult. There's more to life, and you enjoy things more if you separate them. What is the coolest thing Björn has done? Don't lie. Björn has done a lot of cool things. A few weeks ago, he learned how to high five. That was very cool. Honestly, like, when you have your kid and it's born, it can't do anything. It's completely useless. But eventually, it grows and you learn and it changes and adapts, and it's amazing to see it in front of you, like going from not knowing anything to all of a sudden, you know, Björn can eat food on his own, and now he's starting to use a fork. And just, I know that's like, every kid will go through that development, but when you see your own child do it, it's just an incredible thing. Like, whoa, what? I'm so proud of you for being able to do that, even though, yeah, I don't know. I wrote about this actually in a newsletter that me and Marcia have, where it's like, part of the joy of having a child is just like, anything new he does, you're so mesmerized by. It's such an incredible thing to see, genuinely. Even today, like, he was copying me because I was blowing on him to make fun of him a little bit, like, and then he starts going, and it's so cute. And he's never done it before, so it's so much fun. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now? Still in Japan, still doing YouTube, so long as you're enjoying Felix, please never stop. Your presence is wonderful influence on this community and seeing you grow for years. Thank you, love you. Thank you for the nice comment. I really struggle with this so much for the past couple months. I've had major anxiety over this. It's just been looping in my head. Like, I have to think ahead now. Like, I have a child. I have to think ahead. Like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like, are we gonna stay? Are we gonna move back? What's better for Björn? What's better for me? What's better for my family? What makes more sense? Like, it doesn't really make sense to live in Japan. Like, but we love it here, and it's been driving me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's been really stressful, but I think I finally just let it go. I don't need to think 10 years ahead. I've never done that in my life. 20 years later. Okay, here's the question. I don't know. Do anyone know that? Life is way too complicated to think like that, I think. It's good to have a plan, obviously, but I think it was genuinely just stressing me out and not anything productive coming out of it. And I think for now, Japan is wonderful for Björn. People are so loving and warm to Björn. Me and Marcia love it here. Everything's great. Why complicate it? Why overthink it? You know, that's at least what I need to do. How do you feel like your relationship with Marcia changed since having Björn? It definitely changes your relationship when you have a child. All of a sudden, you have to manage this entirely new routine, and that's taken over your entire life, and it's a scary time, which makes it stressful, and all these things together, it makes it really difficult to navigate. And I think for a while, especially in the beginning, I did not really enjoy the beginning of having a baby because there was not that much to do. A lot of early parents describe this feeling of like, before you find your footing, you're almost like roommates. It's like, okay, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. He would be awake so much during the night that we would have to like split our hours, and like we saw each other so the least we've ever done because of it. It's like we're living in different time zones. So I think that was really hard, but now that Björn is becoming more of a boy, it's just wonderful, and we are both so incredibly proud of Björn. And now we have this amazing thing that we have together, and we're sharing, and so much to look forward in the future. It's just like made us into a family, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I love it. Who usually gets up to 3 a.m. to attend to Björn? Usually his mom. I try my best, okay? Honestly, like it depends, but we switch back and forth. So if someone has to do the night, then that person gets to sleep in, and so it kind of balances out. But yeah, my mama usually. What's it like developing your bond with Björn from when he was an infant to now? Yeah, I kind of talked about it already, like how a lot of parents love the infant phase. They see it as like a mini holiday. And I'm like, did we experience the same thing? Like when it was the worst. It was super stressful. Every baby's different, obviously, so I think that's probably ties into it. But yeah, some people say that the infant stage is like, yeah, we just watch TV, we just relax, we just stay at home. I'm so glad that now I can finally do stuff with Björn. I think that's when our bond grows. Like we have a day a week now where me and Björn do things together. We go out, we have lunch together. I chat with him while we're out. Like it's like hanging out with a really cool friend. I love it. I think that's where the bond comes. Maybe it's different for everyone, but I remember like for me, it wasn't like an on and off switch. Like, oh, you have a child now. Father instinct immediately kicks in, you know? It takes time to grow it. What's your advice for new parents, something you wish you knew before? Do not listen to anyone or take any advice from anyone that hasn't had a child within the last 2 years, because they don't remember anything. Honestly, I cannot believe this. Ask anyone anything about having a kid that is older than a couple years. They will not remember a single goddamn thing. It's as if they went through this traumatic event and their brain has just completely blocked out all the information that they received from it. I swear to God, if I didn't see the people's kids in front of me, I wouldn't even believe they had a child to begin with. Because I'm asking them questions, very basic questions like, okay, so when did you start doing this? Or okay, so so how did you tackle these things? They're like, I don't know. It's like, what the fuck? You're the least helpful person. So ask someone that had a child recently. Pharmacy after bringing a baby into the world looks as beautiful as ever. I admire her. That's right. She's got that mom glow. More gorgeous than ever. I absolutely agree. How has your perspective on life changed since becoming a dad? How do you balance responsibilities and split tasks with mindset? You know, before having a kid, I always memed hating kids. It is kind of funny, like now I'm all of a sudden noticing other kids and I look at them and I'm like, they're so cute. And like you emphasize with other parents, like if I hear a baby crying, it's not annoying to me. I feel bad for the parents having to deal with it or whatever. And you try and help if you can. So it does change your perspective so much. How were you parented as a kid and what methods do you want to continue and abandon for Björn? Okay, so a meme online is this like millennial soft parenting. Everyone makes fun of it because it's like, it's just bullshit. Like you need to just tell a child off sometimes. But the millennial way is like sitting down, talking to them. How are you feeling? You know, yeah, I think that's probably a balance. But I do remember, I think I was soft parented. Because I remember one time I bit at kindergarten. I think I must have been 3 or 4 years old. This is one of my earliest memories. I bit my friend in the ear. Because he was super annoying. It was actually his fault completely, obviously. And my dad came to kindergarten. He wouldn't do that normally, obviously. I guess the teachers called my dad. I knew I was in trouble and I knew what I did. You know, it would be the kind of thing where like parents maybe get super angry and they take their kid home or something like that. And I remember my dad just sat down next to me and just talked to me about it. And that was it. And I think I really appreciated that approach. At least now I do. And I think then as well. Like I knew what I did was bad. I didn't need to be yelled at, you know what I mean? But he still sat down and talked to me and explained what it was wrong. And I think, yeah, that's probably what I want to do as a dad. I really appreciate my parents for doing that, for being understanding and patient. Obviously, there are times to be understanding and patient. there are times to just be like, just knock that shit tough. You're gonna hurt somebody or yourself. I think, again, what I said earlier, like, it's easy to have principles and ideas about parenting if you haven't faced the struggles yet. And I'm not really there yet with Björn, so, you know. Do you ever think for a second you would be a dad before having a kid or thought of having one? Okay, I wrote this in my newsletter as well, how when Maya was sick, it kind of felt like taking care of a baby. And for some reason that sort of clicked in my head, like we're kind of ready. We're ready to have a child. We're already taking care of one in a sense. Like, it was such a, obviously it's way different. And I know that now, but it just felt like we had this huge responsibility. And I think that was like a nice silver lining of Maya being really sick for the last year that we had her. So, but you just don't know. I think you absolutely have to be ready for having a child, and you're gonna 100% want to have a child. And also, like, I'm talking a lot positively about being a parent, but honestly, I respect any opinion of wanting to have a child is totally fine. Obviously, you can live a long, happy, prosperous life either way, you know. But I do feel like now that I do have a child, it changed my perspectives completely on life. I feel so excited to be sharing. It's like experiencing life again with a brand new set of eyes. Like, I look forward to everything I love to do again, to do with Björn and share with Björn and face all these new challenges with Björn. Like, yeah, I want people to experience it. I want more of my friends to have kids. I hope they are watching this video and realize it's worth having children. Yes, it's hard as but I don't know, like, just doing YouTube for the rest of my life. I have purpose now. More purpose, bigger purpose.
日本で子育てをする中で最も困難なことは何ですか?
What's the most difficult thing? Yeah, the language barrier. You need a pediatrician, right? And to find one that speaks English near us has been kind of difficult. Emergencies happen. I think it's always kind of scary, like that I don't speak Japanese fluently yet, to the point where it's like, when it's really important, I want to be able to be there for Björn if he needs it. And a lot of times people don't speak English here in Japan, so it's really difficult and scary. And it's a good motivator for me to actually, like, learn the language better. And I think also, like, okay, I learned these recently. In Japan, they have a ton of international schools. A ton of them. They're everywhere. But it's not like international kids are going there. It's for Japanese kids to learn English. International school just means super expensive English lessons for kids. We don't need to pay a ton of money for Björn to learn English. He's not gonna do that anyway, so. What was Björn's first word? Björn's first word was mama, and then he said dada. Now he says papa. His first word was baba. Baba. This is blowing bubbles at him. It's really cute. We have that on video. I can show that. He hasn't really said it yet. He's really in the phase where now he's starting to really pick up words. He's also said lampa one time, which means lamp in Swedish. Increases vocabulary slowly but surely. And yeah, it's amazing to see him speak. It's funny because he understands us. You can ask him questions and he can say, like, you know, he'll tell you if he wants to do something or not. It's really, really cute. So even though he can't really speak, you can still communicate with him. Which is, again, like a thing he couldn't do before. And now he can. And it's like, what? That's incredible. I've simped for my child this entire video. Thank you for watching. I hope maybe that was helpful for people considering ever becoming a parent. You know, there's a lot of things to consider, and maybe you find it helpful. If anything, thank you guys for always being so sweet and wonderful. All the comments about Björn has been in the vlogs especially, like, it's been so nice, and it makes me actually want to share him online. Like, a lot of people are very opinionated about having kids online or not, and I think I share those opinions, but he's so young right now that it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't understand any of it. I don't have a personal issue having kid photos of me online. Like, that doesn't matter to me. So, but you know, there will definitely be a time where we will not show Björn online, and that will probably be the end of the vlogs. So I just wanted to be upfront about that now. But for now, yeah, we really, really appreciate all the love. So thank you, Brofist.